Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Adjective Noun Gaming presents Sunset and Stardew, my series where I play Stardew Valley with Buddy Ben. How's it going, Ben?
I'm doing all right, buddy. How are you?
Doing pretty good. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute
Yeah.
since some Stardew Valley. So what do you say we just jump right back into it and see what's what with this farm?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's see. Let's see what the weather's going to be like. For tomorrow, it's going to be clear and sunny for the Egg Festival tomorrow.
Okay.
So the Egg Festival's tomorrow.
It's good to know. Got some potatoes.
Yep.
Some kale, I think.
Let's take a look-see here.
That's about it for the farm.
I'll check on the animals.
Growing. Yeah, it's been a bit, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't remember what we talked about last time. Has anything been happening with you lately, life-wise?
I moved. I came up for the summer, so
yeah.
that happened.
Yeah, so Ben was
we
here.
Recorded before that.
I think we did. Yeah, we recorded before the big event of the summer, which was my wedding with Christa. So that was cool. We did that in late July, and that was a lot of fun getting everybody together for that whole wedding weekend and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the last time we recorded. So really the biggest thing that's happened since then was the wedding, obviously. And everything went pretty well with the wedding, I would say. Some stuff went pretty good. Some stuff didn't go pretty good. But
it was a fun time.
It was a good time. Yeah, no.
Nothing went catastrophically wrong.
Yeah, so it's hard to look back on it with, like, negative feelings now that I'm so far removed from it. So it was a good day, and it was fun having you guys all with me for a weekend, for sure. But yeah, other than that, not much else is going on. Just wedding or married life is pretty much the same as life before that, and nothing else has really changed. It's still, but yeah. Other than that, the only other life change we're thinking about making in the near future is we're thinking about getting a new car.
That's exciting.
So yeah, so we're gonna go to a Toyota.
Oh, don't do that.
Do what? Don't chop the grass.
Yeah, because we're trying to grow grass to allow them to come out and eat.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
And plus, like, we don't need hay until I think we have a lot of hay.
My bad.
So we don't need hay.
I'm so used to chopping down my grass for hay.
All
right. Well, yeah. Other than that, the wedding stuff and then the car stuff, we're just thinking about getting a second car.
That'd be cool.
So that'd be nice to finally go back to having two cars.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, anything else going on with you other than coming back to Ohio for how long were you up here? Like a month?
Yeah, I was up there for like about all of July, so that was cool. I did some like 4th of July stuff with my family.
Yeah.
That was fun. Obviously did the wedding and the bachelor party, which was super fun.
Yeah.
This prismatic shard. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Hung out with people, did the wedding stuff, caught up with like friends from like college and high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Like hung out, went outside quite a bit. Like went to Cuyahoga Valley National Park, which was cool. Went to like a state park. Did some fishing with my dad.
That's cool. You caught some fish, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What was the fishing like compared to Stardew Valley's fishing?
I feel like at the one pond I went to, I caught like a bunch of fish really quickly.
Oh yeah, so it's like pretty close to Stardew then.
Yeah. Yeah. The other pond we went to, like, the fish just weren't biting at all, so
yeah.
It was frustrating. But
well, that's the nature of the game.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
What else? I did the drive back down here in one go, so that was cool.
Which is crazy, you mad lad.
Yeah, it was like 20 hours on the road, give or take.
Yeah, you're used to that. I'm not used to long drives, so that would just fucking destroy me.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool. So I listened to like a ton of podcasts during that time.
Yeah. So are you caught up now on all of your usual stuff?
All my usual stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I still have a little bit from this week, but I caught up on a lot of some on the drive and some later on, but caught up on like Shift F1.
Oh, okay, the Formula One podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
I listened to that one too. That one's a lot of fun.
Caught up on still untitled, the Adam Savage project.
From the guy from MythBusters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Formula One has been really cool lately. Not the most recent race, but the one before it. I think the German. I think that might have been it. I can't remember which one, but my boy Max Verstappen won that one, which I haven't seen him win.
Nice.
I haven't seen him win in a long time. And in general, like if you know anything about F1 in general right now, it's being dominated by Mercedes.
Right.
So for them to not win a race is like a really big deal in F1 right now. So like Lewis Hamilton is like arguably the best driver in a very long time, and I absolutely can't stand him because he's a cocky piece of shit. But in a way, it's like fun to root against them. Like they feel like the heels of racing for sure. And so to see Lewis have like a really bad race on a track that he thought he was gonna like exceed at was really satisfying. And then to see Max Verstappen do well. So yeah, my history with that goes back to Red Bull Racing. That was like the team that I picked whenever I first started watching F1 because I really like Max and Daniel Ricciardo a lot. And now, of course, Daniel Ricciardo races for Renault now. And so I'm still a Daniel Ricciardo fan, but man, he just can't catch a fucking break. His car like just ceases to function in like every race in some way.
That's rough.
So yeah, definitely been more of a Max fan, I guess, just because it's like Daniel's been retired from races so early as of like the last like 4 or 5 at least. But anyway, that's enough about F1. So yeah, you had a fun little trip back to Ohio for a while.
Yeah.
Got to see some family and friends.
Came back down. I'm gonna start doing like Postmates, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for food delivery.
Yeah. Make a little extra cash on the side.
Yeah.
My girlfriend started driving for Uber, so I was like, I don't want to drive people around because I'm not the biggest social guy. And people get mad at you if you do stuff wrong, and like I'm not super familiar with the area.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, but I could just drive food around, and that's not too hard.
Yeah.
I could like listen to podcasts or music or whatever and get paid for it. So as long as it covers my gas, like it gets me out of the house and doing stuff. So
yeah. There's a woman that I work with that's a DoorDash driver on the side.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't know if Postmates and Uber Eats and all those other ones are the same way, but she says DoorDash has kind of been screwing them over lately. Like, it's better to not tip the driver because then they get a bigger amount of money from it. Because if you don't tip them, then the percentage that DoorDash has to give them from the total order price is bigger.
Yeah, I think I read something about that somewhere too.
I don't know the exact details. I've never looked into it past what she told me. That was just like the way she explained it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said that she's been getting screwed on some like delivery stuff. So like if you like tip $2 or $4, then that's what they're gonna get, as opposed to the maybe more significant amount if it's a big order.
Right.
But yeah, no, that'll be fun. I think like all you have to do then is just like get out of the car and walk up to the door and hand it to the people. We get food delivered from Uber Eats and DoorDash all the time, and I mean it depends on the person who's delivering, obviously, but usually it's a very quick and precise service. So
right,
I think that'll be fun. That'll be a nice little thing to get you out of the house and make you some extra money.
Yeah, so I might try that out today. Like I haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
but I might try it today because it'll be like a weekend thing.
Yeah. No, that's a great time to do it.
All right, do we need any spring crops?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought we took care of that last time, but I'm not sure.
I think we like talked about it at least, but
yeah. So there's that's going on. I can't think of anything else I'm trying to do. School starts up soon, so I'll be back at work.
Yeah. Well, you know me, work is year-round for me, so it's a weird time of year for me because, like, my 2 best friends are teachers that are going back to school, and it's like, oh, well, I've been working this whole time, so fuck you guys. But, no, that's... So is it, like, a good, like, feeling of going back, or are you, like, sad that summer's over?
I'm excited about it.
Okay.
It's, like, rough when the summer's over, but, oh, what is happening here? Oh, my God. it's hard coming back to this game when I like remember what was going on in my game.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm like all mixed up. We need cauliflower. I think we have some growing though, so it'll be all right.
We should be able to get some.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a bittersweet type of feeling, kind of like I'm bummed the summer's over, but like it'll be nice to be back at work and like doing stuff. Like I always wanted to be a teacher, so I like want to go back and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And this year it should be like a better year than last year because last year was pretty rough. But be like back in the classroom and
yeah. That'll be cool.
It adds like some discipline to my life. Like sometimes during the summer, like you just kind of laze around and do nothing all the time, and
yeah,
like it'll be good to fill my day with stuff.
No, yeah, I'm kind of at the point now where I've had stuff going on like every weekend for a while, so that's been good for me mentally because when I sit around and do nothing on my weekends even, I get in my own head a lot, and it's just like the worst thing with like someone like myself that has a lot of shit going on mentally. So yeah, I can't even imagine. Like it'd be really nice to have a summer off. Considering I haven't had a week of vacation since 2015, like I would really like to have at least just a week off at this point.
Yeah.
But we had a couple days after the wedding, and that was kind of fun. We went and we got our first tattoos together. It'll probably look bad on the webcam here, but I got the Deathly Hallows logo, and that's a bruise right there from I got blood drawn the other day at the doctor, so ignore the bruise. But yeah, got a Deathly Hallows tattoo on my forearm from Harry Potter. And then I got on my wrist, might be, let's see if you can, this is a lot harder than I anticipated it was going to be. Well, anyway, yeah, it's hard to show. Nope, that's the wrong side of my wrist. Oh well. Yeah, no, cameras are hard, wrists are hard, but it's the Mental Health Semicolon from Project Semicolon, which is a mental health organization on the internet, so obviously that tattoo means a lot to me. Yeah, that's something me and Christa have always wanted to do together, so we finally did that on one of our days off.
That's awesome.
And then we went and got a couples massage done at a little spa down the road, so that was nice and relaxing for a day. And then, other than that, we just did some shopping with some of the wedding money and gift cards we got. Got some stuff for, like, the bedroom, some stuff for the kitchen and bathroom and stuff. So that was kind of nice to get some, like, new linens and, stuff we needed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, cool. Other than that, just same old, same old.
I need to go shopping. I need to buy new shorts. I'm like, destroying my shorts somehow. Like, one pair over the summer, I just, like... I was riding in the van with my parents. We were going somewhere. I like stepped in and they like ripped like down the leg. Like they started at like the zipper, but like ripped in a weird way, and like I like massacred them. And then like my other pairs are just like getting holes. Like granted, the nice pair of shorts that ripped like crazily, that was only like a year or two old.
Yeah.
Because I got those when I was down here, but the other ones are like way old.
You said we needed cauliflower?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't need any of, like, the daffodils, the leeks, or the dandelions?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's the forage stuff. We have all the forage bundle done.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, I'm going to sell all this stuff then.
Yeah.
Should we plant some more crops to replace what we just harvested?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Oh, there's our good doggo.
We go talk to the chickens and the cow.
Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of minor foraging. And then what's the egg festival? What do we have to do for that? Is it the egg hunting festival?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the Easter thing.
I'm always really bad at that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I remember doing it like before I left.
Yeah. Today's festival is being set up, so I can't go foraging over there. Okay.
Oh, I got a large egg. That's cool.
That's cool. All right, well, before the Egg Festival gets started in the game, let's switch back to another conversation topic here. Have you been playing anything else lately other than Stardew Valley, like your own save of it? Yeah,
I actually haven't touched, I don't think since I've been back.
Oh, really? Okay.
My own save, so I just, like, remember it, right?
Yeah.
And so, I have been playing some stuff. I played Yoku's Island Express. I beat that game.
Like the pinball platformer.
Yeah, it's like a pinball platformer, like Metroidvania, like exploration game.
Yeah,
that was fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah,
it was interesting. I like really want them to make a sequel because I think like just with some good quality of life improvements and like maybe a tweaked map or something like that, that game will be like something super special.
Yeah, we had talked about that. My biggest complaint with the game was I felt like sometimes with those Metroidvanias and like Castlevania likes, the navigation can be a pain in the ass. So I felt like I was getting lost all the time.
Yeah.
Granted,
Yeah.
I really didn't like have the determination to like beat it in like a few sittings or anything. I kind of just like I thought it looked cool from Giant Bomb's quick look of it back in the day, and so I was like, I'm gonna get this, and it's on my Switch. I could still play it at any point. I just haven't played any more of it, but yeah, I thought the navigation with the pinball stuff was a little bit frustrating at times, like trying to figure out like, okay, I know where I need to go, but I need to like pinball my way there. I can't just walk there or go there.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. There's like some frustrating stuff that happens in it for sure.
Yeah.
Like, what was I trying to say? Like, it's just the map is kind of segmented in really weird ways. So you feel like you can't always get where you want to go real easily.
Yeah.
And like, it's not just the pinball part. It's like just the way the map was built just is strange. So.
All right, so what about... So you said you haven't played any Stardew since you gotten back.
No.
And then you played Yoku's Island Express and beat it.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I played some Slay the Spire. I was doing some stuff on, like, the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
That was fun. I played that for, like, an hour or so. I don't know if I'll get back into it, but it's an interesting concept. I kind of dug it.
Yeah, the difficulty spikes up on that really quick, which is what kept me away from it. But it's a really fun. I thought it was really fun when I played a bit.
Yeah, I played that. Oh, I started playing a little bit of Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, that game's fucking hard too. It gets.
I wish it didn't have combat in it. I don't like.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I like platformers like that, but.
Yeah, the fact that it had combat in it made it harder. There's one level in that. Yeah, there's a level in that. I don't know if you said you only played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Okay, there's like a water level where the end of it is basically just like you having to navigate your way upwards as the water is rising with you. Gotcha. And I swear on my fucking life, I tried to beat that thing 20 times and I just couldn't. And so I've never gotten past however far that is into the game. And it just, like, the combat never felt quite good to me. And then the platforming didn't feel, like, tight enough to navigate through a part where I need to go really, really quick. Like, I felt okay when I was, like, going slow at my own pace. But because I was, like, being timed. I really don't like water levels in games that much to begin with.
Yeah.
But, it was, I really had a lot of hope for that game. I might go back to it at some point, and the sequel does look cool and everything, but, I don't know.
Where's the bear at?
Oh, he's right here.
Oh.
Enjoying yourself, Big Willie? Oh, wait, that's not... What? Is he not the guy we talked to?
I thought so. Oh, yeah, I think you have to talk to him once and then talk to him again.
Oh, okay. So let's do this Easter egg hunt. So I forget, we've done this already once in this... playthrough. Do we compete against each other or compete with each other?
I think compete against each other.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Let the egg hunt begin. Fuck these kids.
Oh god, I got stuck. No, mine. Suck it.
Oh, eat my dick. Oh, eat my ass.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's 5. Oh, is that one?
Fuck.
Yep, 6. Oh boy.
Yep, I'm at 4 eggs, so you're gonna beat my ass this time.
I gotta try to get this one that's behind the thing. How much time is left?
2 seconds. Okay,
oh,
I got one last one, so I got 5 eggs.
I got 7, but I bet fucking Abigail always kicks my ass at this thing.
Yep. She's the egg champion.
Which I don't understand how, because she walks slower than
everything. Keep your agenda out of my games. Now, if only I could get you kids to pick up litter this efficiently. You won?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So we got 1,000 gold out of it.
Dead one. So what was your prize?
1,000 gold.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So really, I had no reason to compete with you other than just bragging rights.
I guess so.
I mean, we both could have won, or yeah, either one of us could have won, and we both would have gotten the gold anyway.
Yeah.
So, well, that was cool and fun.
Yeah, that was cute.
I got some strawberry seeds with the money at the thing at the festival because strawberries fetch a high price in this game.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else besides Yoku's Island Express and Slay the Spire that you've been playing recently?
Played some Hitman.
Hitman 2?
Yeah, they like have the originals levels in it though.
Yeah.
And so you can like go back and play through those. So I was like, oh, I'll just start everything from fresh to get like the story and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I watched that like that No Clip documentary about it.
Mm-hmm.
And was inspired to get back into it. But I just feel like I need like an audience to play that game or like someone to play it with.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of
suggest me to do like silly stuff and like I just like have fun with because the last time I played it, the one time I played it with our friend Randy and we did like a pass controller. So it'd be like if you get spotted or you die or whatever, you pass controller, and then like, once you assassinate a target, you pass controller, and like that was a lot of fun because it was like, oh, there's like more at stake. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, no, I feel that for sure.
Cauliflower.
Yep. So you put that in the bundle then?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that right now.
It doesn't need to be gold or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
We got our quality spring crops.
Yeah.
Because that's the parsnips.
All right, I'm gonna plant these strawberries real quick.
Okay.
Anything else besides Hitman? Or has that been pretty much?
Played a little bit of Rocket League, I think, with you when I
came
back down.
That was a lot of fun. I think that today is the last day, or yesterday was the last day of that summer event. So I'm kind of sad to see that come to a close because that was the thing that got me back into Rocket League for at least a couple weeks. But regardless, I can see myself coming back to Rocket League pretty much any time because that game is a lot of fun. All right, we still got plenty of room for some more crops if you want to plant. You want me to go get some more seeds to plant?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right, so as far as stuff that I've been playing lately,
what have you been up to?
So over the weekend, starting on Friday, I got back into Rainbow Six Siege a little bit.
Nice.
Still, honestly, I think my favorite online multiplayer shooter of all time.
Wow.
I really, really like that game a lot. I really, really like it a lot. There's been no other online shooter in my entire life that I've been able to like stay away from for months at a time and have actually had the like motivation or inspiration to come back to. Like when Black Ops 4 was out, I played Blackout mode for a while. Then I just like switched to regular like team deathmatch multiplayer, and I fell off that really hard. I haven't played that in months. And then out of the blue, it's usually somebody like Mike Mahardy or somebody on my in Giant Bomb videos or somebody in my Twitter feed that like gets me really excited about Rainbow Six again. And I start playing it, and it's like I've never been really, really good at it, but I have like these like it kind of reminds me of when we first started playing PUBG, how like one kill in 10 games felt amazing.
Yeah.
And so Siege is like kind of the same way, like just getting a kill here and there feels really good as opposed to just dying frequently, which is like what most of us like fucking scrub players spend our time doing.
Yeah.
But it's just it never gets stale because you never know what the other team is going to do. You never know what characters they're going to pick. And there's just this level of strategy to it. It's still like after all these years, I think I've been playing it for 3 years, and it's never gotten stale. I've taken months off at a time and have come back to it, and it still feels fresh and exciting.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, it legitimately like just it's such a good game. Other than that, a game that Christa and I have been playing together on the Nintendo Switch is the new Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Okay.
We've put 10 hours into that so far. And we
what
really
do you think of that? Because I know you're not like the hugest fan of XCOM or anything like that.
Yeah, so
it's
kind
of what the combat
it's not nearly as challenging as XCOM is. So you can set the difficulty settings from the beginning. I kind of went with just like a normal casual run. And I've lost some characters. Like obviously there's a permadeath option in that game where if you want to permanently lose your student characters you can, but I didn't want to do that. We're mostly invested in the story and the dynamics of like the houses and everything. So for people that don't know, it's kind of like if Game of Thrones and Harry Potter met with like Final Fantasy and XCOM, and it was anime also. So there's a lot of different stuff going on there, but no, we really enjoy it. I really typically don't enjoy strategy games, but it's not even about the combat. Like the combat is really fun and really like fulfilling in a way that I normally don't get from combat games, but it's just like the exploration that we like. Like on your days off, you can choose to just explore the monastery. And we've been having a lot of fun. Like she doesn't usually take that much interest in games that I play, but she's been like asking me every day, like, hey, when are we going to play more Fire Emblem so I can watch? So it's always cool to get a game like that. But yeah, the dialogue is really like cheesy, but it's like fantastic and cheesy in a way I can get behind. And yeah, no, honestly, I really like it. It's going to be in my top 5 games of the year for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, we've put 10 hours in so far. I think a lot of people are saying like the most basic of playthroughs will take like at least 60 or 70 hours from the looks of it.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a way to go, but we've been switching back and forth from a lot of different stuff. And then
That's
Siege,
cool.
and then Siege this weekend didn't help because I originally was like, I'm just going to play Fire Emblem this weekend in my free time, and then Siege happened again. But yeah, no, Fire Emblem, it's never been a series that I've wanted to play because I've heard that it's difficult and it's not friendly to newcomers. But I think this new game is the only standalone thing they've done so far that actually feels like newcomer friendly, especially with the option to make it like normal casual difficulty. And I'm really happy they did that because I've always been interested in Fire Emblem from afar. I just knew that like, hey, I'm not a strategy game fan. I'm not like a really difficult game fan. So, but I think they made it approachable to newcomers. Like I feel challenged, but I don't feel overwhelmed. And I think that's honestly the most important thing to me when playing games these days is I appreciate a good amount of fair challenge. Yeah. But with like games like XCOM and other strategy games, I feel a little bit overwhelmed at times with games like that. And I've yet to feel like that with this. I had one really tough battle so far, and I lost a few characters, and there was one like character on horseback that was like basically like death, like riding a pale horse type character. And like he would just kill my characters in one hit, but then the battle like shifted and became more about like avoiding him and less about like, so that's my biggest thing is like most games I play is about like how do you neutralize all these enemies. But with Fire Emblem, I've learned that it's best to focus on like the objective. So like in this case, we had to eliminate the team leader. So eliminating all the enemies was not only like discouraged, but it basically just wasn't an option because of this death character.
Okay.
So it's got my mind working in ways that it doesn't typically work. And by the time I got done with that battle, it actually felt like a genuine accomplishment because
cool.
So if it continues at the pace that it's at, I have no problem with finishing it and enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah.
But so I highly recommend people check that out. And then what else have we been playing? The new Madden. Me and Alex from Swirly Games. I don't know if he bought Madden yet, but I know he at least played the free trial from EA Access, which we both subscribe to EA Access because it's only $5 a month right now.
Sure.
So we just like dove in. I downloaded some games from that. Like, I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, we've been playing the new Madden. A lot of people have been really negative about the new Madden. So I knew going into Giant Bomb's coverage that Alex wasn't necessarily like the hottest on Madden this year. So I didn't watch the quick look because I really didn't want to like hear the negativity about it. Because compared to last year's Madden, I think this one is a huge improvement. I like this one a lot better.
All right.
I really like the franchise mode. I like being the coach and having control of the players and like some minor stuff with like team, like, trading and drafting and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a huge Cleveland sports fan, so I love being able to play as a good Browns team for like the first time in a very long time. So that's very encouraging and fun. And then there's a story mode, which I haven't gotten too far into yet. And I know a lot of people aren't happy because it replaced long shot mode, but honestly, long shot last year wasn't good either. Like in a Madden game last year that I think was the worst one I've played in a long time, this seems like a big improvement. So, it honestly, I can't even tell at this point if the last one was just so bad that it's making this one seem good, or if it's vice versa. But Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it for what it is. I think it's just I got Madden last year, and I think that's the quickest I've ever traded in a Madden game. Like I maybe only had it for like a month, and then I traded it in and got most of my money back because of like some GameStop promotion or something. But
nice.
Yeah, no, it feels fun. It doesn't like I said, the accessibility on difficulty settings thing is a big deal for me at my current state of mind and life. So I like that it doesn't feel too hard. Last year just felt like the defenders just like had magnets in their hands and they were like picking off, getting interceptions and forcing fumbles that weren't there, and it just so this year it feels a lot less of that. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything I've been playing lately. We put that 10 hours into Fire Emblem over the course of like a week or so. So like every night after work we were like digging into it, and I haven't played it in a few days now, but there is like this strong itch that I have to play more of that, and Siege right now are like my two biggest things I want to play more of right now.
Nice.
But yeah,
I forgot that I put a crap load of time into Steep.
Oh yeah, would you call it like the extreme sports simulator, I guess?
Extreme snow sports simulator.
Yeah.
That game's fun.
Yeah,
we probably won't play it for a long time, but
yeah.
I probably put probably a good 12 hours into it.
You got your money's worth out of it at least.
Yeah, I paid like $17 for the like deluxe, and so I played a little bit of the DLC. I haven't played all of it yet, but yeah, it's fun. It's like a little quirky and can be a little frustrating in some places, but I don't know. I enjoyed the heck out of it, what I played of it.
Yeah.
It's like a nice, just chill game. It's super chill. So.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about this on the last Sunset and Stardew or not, but yeah, we played a little bit of that over at my place because I have it on my PS4 as a PlayStation Plus game I downloaded one month. And I'd only played a little bit of it, and I mostly got frustrated because I didn't understand how a lot of the other like snow sports worked other than like the basic snowboarding.
Yeah.
And then the navigation, they've come a long way with that since the last time I played it, because the navigation on that game can be fucky, like really fucky.
Yeah.
And so I think that they've done a lot of really good quality of life improvements to the navigation and stuff in that.
It just flowed and it worked. It works pretty well. I was like having fun. Because they like added a sled to the game, like I don't know, added, but like sledding is an option, and you can't really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
but it was fun to just like get at the top of the hill, get on a sled, and just ride down the hill. Like
that's really cool.
Fun. It was just funny and just chill.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, you paid what, $7, $8 for it?
I think I got all the DLC with it, so it was like $17.
Oh, okay, well that's
$20.
Yeah, that's still good,
Yeah. So.
Well, that's cool then. Yeah, I'll put some more time into it eventually because it was a PlayStation Plus game. I usually try them all out as they come out, but
sure.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up for me though.
Yoku's.
Yeah, Yoku's.
I was trying to think because I know like some of the Humble bundles came out, and I was trying to remember if I played anything off of that.
And then Game Pass stuff too, right?
Yeah, but I think I haven't put any more time back into like Void Bastards. I have Wolfenstein 2 downloaded on there, so I need to play that at some point. But
yeah.
But I don't think I've been playing anything else. I've been watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, you can go ahead and cover some of that. I know you had mentioned you've been playing some or watching some different stuff. I really haven't watched anything. The only thing I'll go first, just since there's only like one thing I've been watching. Alex from Swirly Games, it's on my streams and stuff all the time. He and his fiance Tiffany encouraged me to start watching Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the movie of the same name, but the actual show that was on. I know it was on like Netflix and stuff for a while. The only place I was able to find it's on Hulu, I think, which I have only the basic Hulu with ads now, so I didn't really want to do that with like 45-minute long episodes of shows because you'll get like 3 or 4 commercial breaks.
Sure.
But I found it on Amazon Prime, so that's what I've been using to watch it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm 7 episodes into that, and it's like, it's everything I pretty much could have wanted it to be, because being a huge like sports fanatic, it reminds me a lot of the movie Friday Night Lights with Billy Bob Thornton in it. But yeah, Coach Taylor in that show, I don't know if he won, Kyle, what's his name? Kyle Chandler? Is that his name?
That sounds about right.
I don't know if he won any awards for that Coach Taylor role while that show was still on TV, but he should have, because as Alex puts it, he was just like, I would run through a pane of glass if that man told me to. And yeah, he's just there's a lot of really good characters in that show, a lot of really good drama set up immediately, like within the first 2 episodes. Cool. Like some of the worst, like I won't give any spoilers in case anybody else is out there like me that wants to watch it that hasn't yet, but just like the worst sports stereotype thing that you could imagine happens just right out of the gate immediately. And it's like, oh shit, this show's getting into some real shit immediately. And then like within like the first 3 or 4 episodes, they even cover like some racism stuff. And it seems like, because I don't know how old that show is at this point, but it seems like that not a lot of shows on TV were covering stuff like that at the time. So it seems like it might have been a little bit woke for its time, which is cool.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode of that show. I don't think.
It's really good, even if you don't.
Members that watched it.
Even if you don't like football that much, I feel like you'd be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting. I'm looking forward to watching more of that. But with our weeknights being what they are after work, I usually only have a couple hours to put time into stuff, and so it's like you typically like watch an episode of Friday Night Lights and then play an hour or so of a game, and that's my whole evening. So
yeah.
All right, what are we focused on now on the farm? Do we have any goals or do we have any quests or anything?
Yeah, we have a bunch of different quest stuff. She wants a fresh apricot, but that comes off of trees, so I don't think we have any trees.
Okay, Willie wants me to catch 2 largemouth bass, and I've caught 1 already.
Okay.
So I can get 200 gold for us if I catch another one. Where are they at? Are they freshwater?
I think so, yeah.
So that would be in like one of these streams, like over in the town, or would it be?
I think so. I think you can catch them in the river. I'm not sure though.
All right. Well, I start my fishing journey here. Let me hear about what you've been watching lately.
Okay, let's see where to start at. I started watching when I went home. I hate commercials, so like growing up, like now that I have Netflix and all that stuff, and like Amazon Prime and all the different things, like I just don't watch commercials anymore. Like I'll watch YouTube ads or whatever, like that's fine, but like I just don't like commercials. So going home and like just sitting in front of the TV was like a big this sucks thing. So I have a Chromecast at the house. I got my parents' house, and so I was like, oh, I'll just look at Netflix and see if there's anything we can watch together as like a family.
Yeah.
And so I started watching this like show I heard a lot of people recommend called Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah.
Like a comedy show.
Yeah.
And my parents had actually watched it, so like they were like, "Oh, we know this," and I was like, "Is it good?" And they're like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay." So I watched a few episodes of it while I was there because like I knew they liked it. So starting over from scratch wasn't a big deal. And so I watched like I don't know, probably 3 or 4 episodes of that while I was at home. And then when I came back, I was like when I came back to Texas, I was looking for stuff to watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I can just continue watching this because I liked it. Like it was funny.
Yeah.
And I had a good time with it. But then I just like fell into it. That show is really good.
Yeah. So Eugene Levy's in that, I know for sure, right?
Yeah.
And then is there anybody else famous in that I would know?
I'm trying to think. You would like know the guy who plays kind of like the foil in it, like he's kind of like a goofball. He plays he's the mayor of the town.
Oh, okay.
I don't know his actual name. I can't remember his actual name.
Yeah.
But you would know him if you saw him. He has like red hair. It's like he looks really scroungy looking. I forget. He reminds me of the guy, and I think he was the guy who played the hillbilly that they run into in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Oh, okay.
I think that's him. I'm not sure. I can't be for sure, but he kind of plays that character again. Like he's very hillbilly, like very silly.
Yeah.
Kind of doesn't get it. That's funny. Like it was just I don't know. I just really like the show. It's very cute. It's like extremely funny, and it's like about these like kind of terrible people, like this rich family, like they live in like this giant mansion and stuff. Basically have to foreclose on everything because their business partner like embezzles all their money and does like some nefarious stuff with it. Like it basically opens with the FBI like knocking on their door.
Oh, okay.
And seizing all of their stuff. Or the FBI or the IRS or somebody like, you know.
Yeah.
So like they have to move to this town that the father bought for his son as a joke. Like so the town's called Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, like I guess this is a good time to emphasize. Yeah.
SCHITT''S.
Yep.
And so like the town's like pretty run down. Like it's a 1-horse town. Like it has a diner. It has like a little general store. It has this crappy motel, and that's where the family has to live at. Like they live in a motel.
Oh, okay.
And so like it's just like the first season is just kind of them trying to get used to like living like way outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
And but you like meet people, and it was just like they kind of grow as characters, obviously, and it's
yeah.
just fun. It's a fun time.
That's cool.
I really like the show. I watched all. I think there's 4 or 5 seasons on Netflix. I can't remember. I think there's 4 seasons on Netflix, and I watched all of that. Because I basically like just that was like basically all I did.
Yeah.
And like while I was doing other stuff, like doing chores and stuff, but
yeah.
I would like go out, take care of stuff, and then come back and watch that. And so I watched that, and then there's a show I've heard like rumblings about across like the Giant Bomb stuff.
Yeah.
Called Documental.
Oh yeah.
Which is on Amazon. I don't know. Have you watched any of that?
No, I haven't. Is it the Japanese show? Is that what it is?
So
okay.
It's a Japanese like I guess game reality show.
Yeah.
So the basic premise is they take 10 like Japanese comedians, and they all work for like this company, or at least in the first season they all work for this company that's like a broadcast network in Japan.
Yeah.
I did I tried to research the show and like learn about these comedians and stuff, but it's hard because I mean they're all Japanese, so like English Wikipedia has basically nothing on them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so so basically they take these 10 like I guess they're semi-famous Japanese comedians.
Yeah.
They put them in a room for 6 hours. They each have to bring 1,000,000 yen, which averages out to about $10,000 American.
Oh wow!
And then they compete. They like do this competition.
Yeah.
And if they win the competition, they get to keep everybody's like buy-in. So it's kind of like a poker game, right?
Yeah.
So at the end, like if they win, they get 10,000,000 yen, so like $100,000 essentially.
Okay,
but
cool.
The way that the game works is that they're all put in this room for 6 hours, and you can't laugh. Like so, they're all comedians trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to laugh because if they laugh, like they get kicked out of the room, like they lose.
Oh, okay.
So you get like basically 2 chances. Like it's a yellow card and then like a red card essentially. And so if you laugh once, like the guy comes in and is like, "Hey, that's your first warning." And then if you laugh again, you're basically sent home.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just this. It like devolves quickly into really absurd, like just wild. Like not even it's just weird.
It's
like,
just
it gets
weird.
weird real quick. And so like because like they all bring like costumes and like props and stuff. And so like but like some of the stuff is like this one guy like all he would do is just like moon people. He called it like the Anal Olympics.
The Anal Olympics? I love it.
So it's basically like how fast can you show your butthole to someone?
Amazing. Love it.
And so they'd be like and like it's kind of funny because I was thinking like if they Americanize the show, like how it would work. But they kind of have these unspoken rules where like if somebody's doing a bit, you have to at least like watch. Like you have to be around and watch the bit. And so like but at first, like the first like episode like where nobody really knows what's going on because the first episode of the first season, they're all just kind of like pacing around the room.
Yeah.
It's like chaotic. Like it's just like almost anxiety inducing and chaotic energy because they're all like trying to figure out what to do to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
And like try to figure out how they can use what's in the room to their advantage. And it's just really they look like caged animals just like pacing around. It's very unsettling in a way. And then like near the end of it, it gets super unsettling because you just have these people like screaming jokes at one another essentially. Like especially at the end of the second season I watched.
Yeah.
Like it's down to these 2 guys and they're like just like breaking eggs on their heads and like screaming at one another.
Amazing.
And, like, humping stuffed animals. Like it gets real fucking weird real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and it's like crazy because it's not dubbed at all, so it's just all subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah, they have. If I've learned anything from watching anime over the years, it's that Japanese people have a very unique sense of humor.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, no, that's.
Like I think in one of them, like they try to like get this guy's like dick print. Like some of them are just like walking around naked half the like at
Amazing.
Some point. It's wild, dude.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, especially since it's on Prime.
Yeah, it's a weird one for sure.
Hey, it's berry harvesting season on here for sure too.
Psyched as hell.
Yeah.
Get my salmon berries in, baby.
So yeah, so Schitt's Creek, and then what's this show called again?
It's called I forget what I think it's Hitoshi Matsumoto presents Documental. Because like it's hard to find for one thing.
Yeah.
Because I guess this Hitoshi Matsumoto guy is like a super famous Japanese comedian.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like studied comedy all his life.
Yeah.
And like just kind of wants to know what makes things funny, which is why I came up with this like kind of competition.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was trying to think of like what American comedians I would want to put in to like an Americanized version. I couldn't really think of it, but it's like it's really
honestly
fascinating to watch these people like devolve into like basically insane people. Like
the guys from Whose Line Is It Anyway would probably be funny.
Yeah, I think that would be fun for sure. And I don't know, some like other improv comedians and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just really weird. It's really interesting.
No, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. You've got me intrigued on the premise of that for sure.
Yeah, the premise of it is, and like just the stuff that happens is just so batshit.
Yeah.
And then, like, been watching like my YouTube stuff. Daniel Dwyer released like a new like no clip series on Hitman.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that and really enjoyed it a lot, but I haven't seen the rest of it yet.
It's really enjoyable. I'm trying to think. I think I might try to watch a few like VODs from Summer Games Done Quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Working through like all the premium Giant Bomb stuff that I missed while I was like back in Ohio because I don't have great internet there, so and like I was busy, so I didn't catch up on time.
Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff there for a couple weeks, and it's like the most helpless I've felt with that channel for a while because I usually am like on top of it.
Yeah.
And so it felt weird going weeks at a time, only getting to watch stuff here and there. But and then it's also been weird with Jeff being out because of the baby. Yeah, which that was fucking that blew my mind when that happened on Twitter. He was just like, "Hey, me and the wife had a baby." I was like, because he's very personal about his life, and so I
like that though. I think that's cool.
It is cool. It made for a nice fun reveal for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anything else besides
the final like big show that I've been watching is called Letterkenny, and it's on
Hulu.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I told you already how much I hate commercials.
Yeah.
But I also just have like that basic Hulu, and I think actually I watched like half of it on the Hulu you have because I was like watching on my Roku TV, but I signed up for that like Spotify deal or whatever.
Yeah, because it's so I don't know if I've talked about that on here before. Not to interrupt you, but if you pay for Spotify, like if you have either the $10 premium, which is like 1 or 2 people, or the family plan, which is $5 more, which is $15, you can get Hulu for free.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to find now, from what I understand. Is like I don't know if it was for you, but I had some people at work that couldn't find the like link now.
Okay.
But if you were able to do it, I'm sure it's still a thing. But
yeah, I think I did it before I left because we were like trying to watch something on Hulu, I think.
Yeah.
But we were watching The Runaways.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, like I hate commercials. I hate them so much. Like I just can't stand them.
Yeah.
And so, but I started watching this show called Letterkenny. It's a Canadian comedy. They're like 7 episodes per season, and it's probably one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like I just can't get over how funny it is. And it's like about this small town in Canada, in Ontario, and like the main character is like this hick farmer, and so it's like I think the opening line that comes up, like it's a static shot, and then like some text comes up, and it's like the small town of Letterkenny is made up of hicks, skids, hockey players, and Christians. And so there's like these disparate groups of people, and like it's just kind of like about how, but it's like a town of 5,000, so it's like a super small town. So they're always like interacting with one another and stuff. And the opening scene is probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time too.
That's awesome.
it's just like immediately hooked me, and it stays as snappy as that, and it's just so funny. Like, it's super snappy comedy.
Yeah.
It like contains like a ton of riffs, like a ton of wordplay on stuff, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just my type of comedy, and it's like, and like, it's super inclusive too. Like, that's the same thing for like Schitt's Creek, I would have to say. Like, they both take place in like really small towns.
Yeah.
But everyone's like super like kind of progressive, which I mean isn't reality in any sense, but it's like nice to see.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it's like cool. It's just like it's so funny too, and I like.
It's like a bonus because like not only do you get a funny show, but it's like you get the benefit of it being like this alternate reality, like that doesn't necessarily parallel what we have going on in real life, but
shit on everyone either.
Yeah,
like, it's not funny because they're like being offensive. It's funny because it's just funny comedy. Like,
oh yeah,
they're being mean to one another, but not being mean because of like their identities. It's because of the choices like that people make. So
yeah,
like it's a good time. It's extremely funny. You'll love it. I think if you ever watch it. I would say watch the first episode. If you don't want to watch more, then that's fine. But definitely check out the first episode.
Okay. Yeah. No. TC is our friend that like got us onto the show, I think, or at least for me, like the one who like put that show on the radar for me. And I told him last night that you had been watching it, and he was really happy about that. So I'm assuming he'll like approach you to talk about that at some point. But
I actually. It's the weirdest way that I got into it, because I don't think I ever heard him talk about it.
Oh, okay.
There was an ad on Facebook for a coffee mug with lines from it that just said, like, and one of the lines was "Pitter patter, let's get at her." Like, that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, that's so good. And so, like, it just kind of been in the back of my mind for a while, and I was like, I wonder how I can watch the show.
Now that explains why you've been sending the phrase "pitter patter" to our one message group all the time. All right.
So I was like, man, it's just really, the main character is like this super like stoic guy. He's like the toughest guy in Letterkenny or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just a farmer. Like, I mean, he farms, and like that's why he's so tough. I remember the kids like that would bale hay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, like they would be jacked as shit because 50, 60, 70 pound hay bales around all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but so like that's his thing. Like, he's the toughest guy in Letterkenny. So, and like basically every episode ends with like a brawl. Like, they just end up fighting some group of people. Either
that's
like
funny.
They call them like the degens, like the degenerates from
or
like just random people that come into town, or like people that challenge him to say that they're the toughest in Letterkenny. But like, it's never like he doesn't like ever try to kill anyone. He just beats them up. Like, especially for the toughest guy, like he'll beat him up and then like pick him up and like offer him a drink or something like that. Like,
that's funny.
Like, it's ridiculous. His I guess younger sister. You never really get how old they are. You can't really tell. Is like super hot. So like, she's always like attracting attention from people and stuff like that. And so it's just he like sometimes she like walks around like bikini and stuff. Sometimes he's like put some fucking clothes on. She's like, not my forte. He's like, unfortunately. It's just clever. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Like the best friend, like he has two friends that are like, one's like an older farmer.
The
other one's like about the same age as him. It's just, I don't know. I just really, really like the show. I genuinely I finished it the other night. And I thought I had another season left, and I was like super bummed out because every season ends on like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So like this was a pretty big cliffhanger, but like the thing is like there's 7 episode seasons, but the 6 are like the main story arc, and then the 7th is like a holiday episode.
Oh, okay.
So like, and which doesn't have anything to do with like the current story arc in it.
Yeah.
And so like you get the cliffhanger, and then you get the like special episode, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'll get to watch this next season. And then it was like, oh, watch Rick and Morty next. And I was like, oh no, there's not another season.
Oh,
and
shit.
I genuinely almost started like the whole show just over again. And I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
like,
awesome.
I would straight up, and I'm like considering just watching it again because it's so fucking funny.
I'll have to check it out at some point.
Like, it has a ton of like weird slang in it because it's all like based
Canadian,
in Canada, and like they interact with like Quebecois, like people from Quebec that only speak French, and like get all mad about that kind of, and like
Yeah.
it's just really funny stuff.
So this is weird. It must have been because I was talking about Letterkenny with TC, but like I got a recommended thing on my Facebook that was like, "Oh, watch the star of Letterkenny talk about like explain all this like Canadian slang."
That's funny.
So if you want that video,
last night.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was weird that it came up like recommended it to me because I was like, I've never watched a single episode of this program.
It's a great. It's so good.
Yeah.
I just can't get over like that and Schitt's Creek are both like. I think Letterkenny is funnier than Schitt's Creek, but I think like Schitt's Creek is like wholesome. And it's like a good show. Like it's really like I kept telling everybody in the group chat like it's just cute. It's just fucking cute as hell.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of cute stuff happens in it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think as far as TV shows for me goes, I think Friday Night Lights is the only new one that I've started. And then Christa and I, every once in a while, will put on a new episode of Queer Eye. And that show, speaking of wholesome, it doesn't get much more wholesome than that. If you want a feel-good show to fill that void, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I need to find something else to watch. I was like trying to like. Luckily, school starts, so I'm not just like sitting around and like doing nothing. So I need something to watch.
Queer Eye is an incredibly important show, and like nearly every episode has made us cry in some way, and then but like also like makes us laugh like just as much or if not more so. Okay. And yeah, it's we love that show. We don't watch it regularly. We just like kind of flip it on every once in a while. But I think we've watched seasons 1 through 3 of that, so we just have to watch 4 and 5 now, or however many there are. There's like 2 seasons of it left that we need to watch. But that show, that's like when I think of a wholesome show, that's what I think of currently because it's just so fucking good. And then the only other thing I could say that's happened recently that I could talk about on here was the concert I went to last night, which was batshit crazy. We went to see Bad Religion and the Lawrence Arms last night. I've been listening to Bad Religion since I was somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 years old was when I first started listening to them. Okay. Because I definitely had a punk phase. Like, I didn't dress like it, but I listened to punk music and emo music and pop punk music, which I still listen to, which is still my favorite genre of music. But I definitely had a phase where all I wanted to listen to was, like, the Ramones and the Sex Pistols and just bands like that. And so eventually I found my way to Bad Religion, and I've been a big fan of them ever since then, but I never I guess I shouldn't say big fan. Like, I'm not like a huge fan of them by any means, but like enough to where I like had in the back of my mind, I was like, I'd like to go see them someday. Well, there's a venue in Cleveland called the Agora, which is where we saw them last night, and I forgot that every July, like at the beginning of the month, they do this thing called like Christmas in July, and it goes like so many weeks. I can't remember how many, but it's like you can buy any number of tickets you want and you don't have to pay any of the ticket fees for them. Okay. So it's like basically like sometimes you'll like see like, oh, tickets are only $30, but then I get to check out and it's like, oh, 2 tickets, $30 times 2 should be $60. Why am I paying $90? Yeah, they'll just like add extra ticket fees. So this time it was straight up for tickets for me and Christa and TC. It was just like the cost of the tickets and then like maybe like a small tax, I think. Nice. That's all it was. So, but yeah, we kind of just decided on the fly a few weeks ago that we wanted to go to that show. Lawrence Arms, I know that a lot of people who like modern punk like really like cream over the Lawrence Arms. I'm not the biggest Lawrence Arms fan, but I can definitely see last night why people like them. They were very enthusiastic and lively. Cool. But yeah, Bad Religion. So I've been to straight up death metal shows. I've seen Cannibal Corpse and Lamb of God before, and those pits were big and frightening in their own way. But we like knew we didn't want to be a part of like the shoving and stuff, so we kind of just stood like not like near the back, but like near the back of the standing section. So we still like had a good standing spot, but not like super close. Well, when the Lawrence Arms came on, there was like this tiny little pit that opened up near the front, and that was like far enough away from us where it was just like, oh, okay, you know. But like the minute Bad Religion came on and the first song kicked on, it was a song they have called Them and Us, and it fucking, I've never seen a crowd just get set off so immediately. It was just it was the biggest. I like I said, I've been to probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 concerts in my entire life. Some of which I would expect to have had bigger pits than that, but it was the biggest and most violent pit I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just like people actively trying to do harm to one another and like shoving each other, throwing punches, like kicking. it was fucking insane. But Bad Religion is just an anomaly of a band at this point, because I don't know that much about the history of it, but they all look like they were in their late 50s. Like the lead singer now is balding and has gray hair with what hair he has left.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Bad Religion came out in the early 80s and they're still chugging along is just, that's a miracle in and of itself. But the fact that they sound as good as they do, they sounded so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like it was such a good show. They put on such a good show for the money's worth.
What's a Bad Religion song that I would know?
Infected from Guitar Hero. You and me have a disease. You infect me. You infect me. That one. Then 20, like I know some Bad Religion songs from Rock Band too, because they made them as DLC songs, like 21st Century Digital Boy, that one.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't think I know anything by them other than maybe Infected. Like, and I barely remembered that song.
Yeah, so I started listening to Bad Religion when I was a lot younger, so I was excited when they put Infected on the first, I think it was either the first or the second Guitar Hero game that Infected was on. So I got really excited when that happened back in the day. But yeah, no, they have new music out that just came out in May, and that album is an ass beater too. So like they're still making really good aggressive punk music for sure. But I think that's gonna do it for today. We've put about an hour into this episode. We got a lot accomplished. We did the Egg Festival. We did some fishing. I completed that quest for Willie. Did a lot of
one quick thing.
Yeah, sure.
That I forgot I watched. I watched all of Evangelion and the end of Evangelion, and I'll just say that show is a fucking mindfuck, and it's weird, and it's wild, and it changes tone so quickly that I got whiplash. And I don't think I would call it good, but it's definitely something.
Yeah, I've heard that from nearly everybody that I've ever heard talk about that show, so I don't know if I want to watch it. I love anime, so I feel like I owe it to myself to see it.
Watch it.
Okay.
But it's something else.
Okay. I've heard it. Does it deal with mental health stuff at any point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it deals with a lot of depression stuff.
I hear that a lot more than anything about it. About it being an important.
It also is bonkers shit.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I owe it to myself to check it out at some point, just because it's this huge anime cultural milestone that I hear about. I feel like it comes up once every couple years. I hear about people talking about it. Yeah. I think the fact that it just got added to Netflix is why people are talking about it again.
Now. That's how I watched it.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, anime and Hulu have got a surprisingly potent selection of anime now. It's really impressive. Yeah. Christa and I are still watching that Demon Slayer show off and on, but we've only watched a couple episodes of that. But that's my favorite current anime that's on TV right now. But other than that, I think we covered a lot today. We got a lot accomplished. This was a good episode. Thanks to Ben again for being here as always. Thanks to you guys out there for watching. You can check out everything that's new and current on the channel. We should have the archive up of our first Breakout Boys stream where Alex and I play through A Way Out with EA Access, which I could have talked about that game a little bit, but I want you guys to actually go and check out this archive of this, because we had a lot of fun playing that game. We played it for, I'd say an hour and a half is how long we played it, something like that. And it's supposed to be a 6-hour game, so I think we're going to have it beat over the next couple streams that we play.
Cool.
But yeah, we're taking a break from Border Boys for now, because we know once Borderlands 3 comes out, that's going to consume our Friday live streams for a while. So we're going to get back to Borderlands 2 just in time for a few weeks before Borderlands 3 comes out, because I believe Borderlands 3 is September 13th?
I have no idea.
I think that's the date it comes out. But anyway, so that's what you can expect from me and Alex from Swirly Games doing our usual Friday live streams. As far as other stuff on the channel, my wife Christa's got her own series now with The Sims 4, the 100 Baby Challenge. There's a lot of popular Sims streamers are doing that 100 Baby Challenge now, so she figured she'd throw her hat in the ring. She had her origin up on the computer before we started recording, and she wasn't bullshitting in that first video. She really does have almost 900 hours in The Sims 4.
Wow.
So that's the only game that she plays. She watches me play everything else, but she actually plays The Sims, and she's super passionate about it. That first video is a lot of fun, so go check that out. We recorded a Whatever Wednesdays for Hypnospace Outlaw. That should be up on the channel for by the time you guys are seeing this, Sunset and Stardew, so check that out. I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.